Hi everyone, we are Group 11 and we'll be presenting to you on our e-commerce website, which is Comodidad Mattress Specializer. The admin is actually done by Kai and Gerald, whereby the customer interface is done by Zhong and Ting. We will now move on to start our demonstration and we'll first showcase to you our admin dashboard. Oh, the admin is unable to access to this page because of various reasons. Admin has not logged in, and this actually serves as a prevention to not allow unauthorized users to actually access to our web page. So with that, the admin will now log in. The admin will log in as Kai Ong and enter the correct password. The first thing that the admin is able to see is the overview of the admin dashboard. This actually let the admin know at one glance on what are the sales and revenue of this e-commerce website, as business is the top priority of this line of business. So with that, the admin is able to see at one glance with the graph on how is the sales doing in a long run. You could see that there's an increment of 2% from the last transaction date, and the admin would like to see the sales for this week. So today is 1st of May. The admin could actually see that, oh, apparently on the, compared to last week, there's actually a drop of 20%. So what is happening in this week? So this might be the question that admin will actually wonder. The admin would also like to see the month, the sales for comparison for this month with last month. So today is 5th of May, so there's only one sales of $500 for this month, and that's a decrement of 146%. The admin would also like to see how the sales for this year compared to last year, and apparently there's a huge increment of 184%. So with that being said, could the admin actually trace back to see what are the old, what is the sales for a certain period? Yes. So for example, September 1 up to today, we could see that apparently there's this this chart will actually show that, oh, there's actually apparently some flow or like a pattern that we could actually further analyze. So we've come to the end for the orders and revenue for this aspect of the dashboard. Moving on, the inventory status, which is another important aspect of our e-commerce, because we are a mattress company. We actually has a lot of purchase orders and the inventory stock here we need to keep in view. So we could actually see at one glance that, oh, apparently we have a this amount of orders which takes up the sum of our cost in our company. Moving on, the inventory actually has the low quantity status alert, which actually allow the admin to actually do something immediately when we see that the quantity is running low. So for instance, you can see that this is at one glance which are those. Moving on, the promotions also allow the customers, to allow the staff to see what is an ideal promotion for certain customers. So we know that, oh, Black Friday sales is a hot promotion campaign, which will actually allow us to actually have an overview of which should actually push this sales in the near future. So we've come to the end of the admin dashboard. Moving on to the orders. The admin could actually see the various orders categorized so that it's for easier reference for them. So for example, the admin would like to actually mark this as completed order, and it will not appear independent anymore, so that the admin can actually take a look at the completed order, which is previously Erica on. The customer will also be sent an email to actually be updated to keep track of the status. The admin could also view the order details because they should know what are the mattress that this customer has bought. Moving on to the staff aspect. This login user is Kai Ong, and as such, this information has been highlighted for user references. So we have actually implemented the security aspects here, is that the staff is only, for example, Kai Ong is a manager role, can only edit the access rights of the positions lower than her. So for staff that holding the position of staff, she's able to edit, and at the same time, she's not able to edit another staff who's having the same role as her. Moving on to the promotion aspect is that the admin could actually create a new promotion, for example, a Chinese New Year sales, and upload an image. The admin could also select the start date, and at the same time, we do not allow the admin to actually select an end date that is not reasonable and is before the start date. So for example, this is 28% due to Chinese New Year, and the quantity is 100. Okay, so the promotion has been created successfully, and we could also preview the promotion being added. Next, Joel will be presenting to you on his inventory and purchase order.
Thank you, Kai. So now I'll be presenting to you on the inventory and purchase order. So to start off with inventory, first we can see the dashboard on what are the inventory status, the current quantity on hand, which means quantity in our warehouse, and the pending quantity on hand refers to those on purchase order. So as you can see, for example, cotton pending, we have 150 pieces on purchase order and 0 quantity available left in our warehouse. So through this, we can, for example, if we have a new item that we want to launch to our customer, we can always add in a new component item. So this is just for demonstration purposes. We'll just use latex. So thickness will be in cm and it will be based on integer value. So as this is a topper, we will select it under the category of a topper, and default quantity will be 0. So once successfully, they will show you a prompt message, and we can actually view this through here. So the reason why it's highlighted in red is because currently this item is low in quantity as is 0. So we can even view the details that we have just created, and we can also update the details. For example, if we enter in the wrong thickness, we can always update it, and it will be reflected here. Likewise, we are able to delete it since there's no related. So I will now be showing you how to create a purchase order. So since component ID 1 has low in quantity, we will press the update button and we will add in a new purchase order. So for this purchase order is based on access right, only manager and above are able to create this purchase order. So for example, if you are going to make a purchase order on this padding, and as this is low in quantity, we will state it as urgent, and we will put today's date. We will order pieces at $50.80. So upon successful creation of this purchase order, we will actually send an email to the vendor to tell them that a new purchase order has been generated and you are to fulfill the purchase order. So as we go to our email, we can see that there's a new email on this, and we will put the details, and there will be an attached PDF file which gives a full detail on the item that they are making a purchase. So as you can see, instructions are stated here, the PO date and the details. So moving back to this, when we go over to the purchase order, we can see that the latest purchase order has been created, and the current status is actually pending. So as you can see here, the overview of the thing, it will be 12. The moment we receive this purchase order, we can actually update the status as completed. And once the status has been updated as completed, the purchase order will be 21. And when we go back to inventory, there will be an addition of 10 items that we just created. Lastly, we are also able to generate inventory report and purchase order report for higher level management or even for your internal use. So from this report, you can actually show what are the available quantity for your staff and etc. to view. And with this, we have come to the end of the admin side. And now I'll pass on my time to Zhong, Ting, and Melinda, who will carry on with the customer side.
Thank you, Joanne and Kai, for the wonderful demonstration on the Comodidad Mattress Specializer admin console. Moving forward, I'll be sharing to you on the customer page together with Zhong. So this is the home page that the customer will first view from here. So this is a home page where you can see a template that will be seen consistently throughout the whole entire customer page. And there are three colors mainly used, which are black, gray, and white. So this is a home page that they will first see. So moving forward, there is about us, which the customer can know more about us through this about us page, which will be mainly talking about how we first started and the names. So we have the promotion table page, which the customer can be informed about promotion. So this promotion page is populated from the database, which the admin console can actually do its retrieval, creation, and delete and update. From there, this promotion details will be shown here to the customer, which they will be known to the start date and the end date of each promotion. So having to know these details, they will be able to plan their purchases wisely and when they can make their purchase of their mattress more conveniently. They'll be able to see the value, the user limit, and the quantity, which they can be more informed about how they can benefit from the promotion. So because each user limit and quantity help us to plan our budget properly, and the customer can plan their purchase as well. So moving forward, we'll go ahead with the create promo mattress, which Zhong will be talking about it.
All right, thank you, Melinda. Okay, so here on we have the Create Mattress page, which essentially visualizes the entire customization process for the mattress. So this page allows the customer to understand what goes on behind his or her mattress. So as you can see, it's broken down into a couple of parts. On the left, you have the layer, which is dynamically retrieved from the database, which allows flexibility of the administrator to constantly keep this information updated. So as you can see, the many different choices that the customer can choose from, and the customer can actually refer to the portion on the right, which tells them the price, weight, thickness, and a good description and advantages and disadvantages. So this is how the customer can make a more informed decision and actually understand how the layer comes together to form the mattress. And you do notice that the price on each layer is actually different. So for example, this polyurethane padding costs a cumulative mattress price of 1,430, while if you add a cotton padding, then it will be 1,600. So each layer is actually loaded individually and stores its data individually. So when I change the price, it changed accordingly to provide an accurate pricing for the customers. Yeah, so as the customers goes down the line to choose the many layers, the customer will understand what each layer does and also be provided with a visualization of the layers. So I'm going to leave a layer intentionally blank to stimulate a customer forgetting to input the details of the layer. So as I move on, once the customer completes choosing the layering, then the customer will then move on to the payment overview, which is actually the last portion before they transit into payment. So the customer over here will be able to understand the mattress price, the delivery amount, which is preset by the administrator and can be easily changed on the admin side. Then there is the GST of 0.7%, which is automatically calculated. And of course, the total amount. So over here, the customer will enter his or her information, and it's actually validated to ensure that the customer has entered all the necessary information needed for the delivery process. So once the customer chooses purchase mattress, he is greeted with a warning because of one of the layer being left blank. So as the customer fills it up, he clicks purchase mattress. Okay, I'll pass it on back to Melinda to explain the payment information.
Thank you, Zhong, for the awesome demonstration to the creation of mattress for customer. Moving forward, when the customers view this page, they will first see the price, which was reflected from the previous page from Zhong's demonstration, which is $8,321. So this is the price of inclusive of the total amount that is calculated on Zhong Ping's end. And after the value is shown, the customer is agreeable to the payment price. They will next enter the card number, the card details. First is the number, which is a MasterCard details, and its name, and the CVV value, and its expiry date, which will be on the December 2022. So afterwards, after the customer is alright with the payment details, they can next click on the confirm payment button. So once the payment is goes through, the local host will show the payment successful. After the customer have seen the local host message, they will be brought back to the home page where the customer first started the Comodidad page. So this is the end of our demonstration on our customer page. Thank you.